But first, Elkhart's RV industry is booming right now. Production is high and sales are good. But is it coming at the cost of worker safety? ABC57 spent months investigating one local RV company after it was hit with thousands of dollars in safety violations. For almost a year, I've been poring over stacks of inspection reports and talking to several current and former employees from one RV company. What I found paints a picture of a fast-paced culture filled with alleged drug use and lax safety practices, all proving to be a dangerous combination. In the last few years, the Elkhart RV industry has come soaring back to life after sinking deep into the depths of the 2008 recession. President Obama took notice of the recovery with a second visit to the area near the end of his presidency.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Coneybear live at City
And ABC57 even did a whole series highlighting Elkhart's resurgence last year. Demand is so high, many RV manufacturers are offering highly competitive packages to potential employees to help increase production. But in that rush to meet demand, worker safety seems to be falling through the cracks at Forest River. We spoke to several current and former employees who shared those concerns. Many declined to speak on camera out of fears of retaliation. One former employee did agree to speak on camera if we hid his identity out of fears he would be frozen out of the industry for speaking up. We confirmed his employment through an old Forest River pay stub.
If someone were to say, what's it like inside that plant, how would you describe it?
Fast-paced.
The company has a 3.2 rating out of 5 on Indeed.com, a website that allows current and former employees to review their employers. Some call it a great place to work, while others say there are problems. One thing almost every worker agreed on, the fast pace. That pace inspired by the piece rate one former manager told us about. It means the more pieces completed, the more you get paid.
How high of a standard is there put on safety inside the plant?
They try to enforce safety as much as possible, but of course there's like slips within the, system, you would say.
Those slips drawing the attention of the Department of Labor, the company showing up in a 2017 annual state occupational report as a significant case due to excessive injuries. According to the report, in the first 9 months of 2017 alone, there were 9 fingers amputated, a fractured pelvis, and multiple foot fractures. Indiana's OSHA office then sent a team of 6 people to Forest River plants in Goshen and Middlebury, and eventually several others. These here are all of Forest River's violations between September 2017 and November of last year. In all, 10 of Forest River's 26 plants in Elkhart County were hit with a total of 55 violations, 44 of them serious. The initial fines totaling more than $250,000. To compare, during that same time period, only 4 other local RV companies were hit with safety violations. The most was Lippert Components with 10 violations, initial fines totaling $45,000. Among Forest River's violations, inspectors cited risks of amputation, falling, and electric shock. In some cases, inspectors found Forest River employees were not properly trained and wearing the proper protective gear was not mandatory.
I've seen people cut their fingers, cut their hands, their arms. There was a guy that fell off a scaffold before.
Some of the violations were corrected during inspection and penalties were reduced after the company reached a settlement agreement with IOSHA. We requested a sit-down interview with IOSHA, but instead were given audio clips explaining inspection protocols and how employers can correct violations.
An IOSHA settlement agreement requires that the employer do more to address worker safety and health in its workplace than just simply pay the penalty associated with a violation.
Part of one of those agreements was to take part in IOSHA's InSafe program.
The mission or the goal of this program is to help them identify opportunities to essentially improve worker safety and health and help better ensure compliance with IOSHA regulations.
But the violations and injury reports did not stop there, continuing to come in through most of 2018. Paramedics were called twice to the company's Starcraft division in 2018, one of the locations hit with repeat violations.
2367 Century Drive, that Starcraft, for a 50-year-old male conscious, breathing. He had fallen approximately 12 feet, struck his head, possibly suffering from a concussion. 2367 Century Drive. Let's see, it's Starcraft. Reference a male in his late 50s, semi-conscious, breathing, has 2 deep lacerations to 2 different fingers.
It's not just happening in Indiana. Forest River has received violations at plants in 4 other states. According to OSHA documents, ABC57 obtained 33 of the violations were serious, the fines totaling $132,000. Workers we spoke with say it's not just lax safety practices, but a widespread culture of drugs.
Is there drug use happening at the plant?
Yes.
According to the company's code of conduct, quote, Forest River is a drug-free workplace. We will not tolerate drugs or alcohol or people under the influence of drugs or alcohol in our workplace. Workers tell us that's not enforced.
I never personally experienced anyone get talked to about drug use.
Some of the job reviews on Indeed echoed that statement. One former employee from Goshen posting, "The plant I was in was full of drug use." Another former employee from Dallas saying many workers are regular drug users and frequently high during shifts.
What kind of drugs are people using on the job?
Pills, marijuana, cocaine, and probably meth.
He even recalled an experience watching one worker who appeared to be high on the job.
One time, one guy was screwing through the wrong end. He screwed a whole screw through his hand.
Do they drug test?
No.
A former manager who spent more than 15 years working at Forest River told us they eliminated regular drug testing and only test if someone is involved in an accident on the job. That's something employees say has helped lead to workers using drugs while on the clock.
Do you think the fact that they don't drug test has made it become a problem there?
At times, yes.
For now, business is still good at Forest River, and until that changes, employees don't expect life inside the plant to change.
As long as there's money going out the door, it doesn't matter.
They just hope it doesn't come at the cost of one of their lives. Now, we brought these allegations to Forest River's attention, leaving detailed voicemails and emails, but so far they've not responded to our request for comment or for an on-camera interview. Right now on ABC57.com, you can find an interactive map of all Forest River plants that have been hit with violations and the details of what inspectors found. Now, if you have a story from inside one of these plants you'd like to share or have another story you would like us to investigate, give us a call at the number on your screen or email us at 57investigates@abc57.com.